We're here with Beth Adelman, who's a certified cat behavior consultant. Beth, what can you tell us about cat behavior?
Well, the main thing I want everyone to know about cat behavior is that you can change it. You can teach your cat things. You can teach your cat as many things as you can teach your dog or your spouse or your kids, and they learn in the same way.
Now, there are some myths, or the biggest myth is that you cannot change a cat's behavior, and that's not true.
That's absolutely not true. Cats are thinking, intelligent animals, and like all thinking, intelligent animals, you can influence the choices that they make. When they make choices where they have good results, they do those things again. When they make choices where they have unhappy results, they don't do those things again. And that's how everybody learns. That's how your kids learn too, and it's also how cats learn.
Now, we were talking earlier that sometimes people are unhappy with their cat's behavior. The cat's behavior has changed, and so either the people are unhappy, or the worst case scenario is that they get rid of their cat. And vets often, or people come to you because of that problem.
Yeah, and you don't have to get rid of your cat. The top problems that I see are litter box problems, and scratching problems, and aggression problems, and all of those things are actually not all that tough to deal with from a behavior point of view. Generally, with a litter box problem, your cat's just telling you that there's something about the litter box they don't like. And with scratching and aggression problems, it's just a question of teaching them that they can scratch here and not there, and that they can jump on their toys but they can't jump on you. And those are actually not hard things to teach a cat. So it's really important to work through those issues with your cat rather than decide that your cat is stubborn or spiteful or untrainable, because none of those things are true.
Now, if someone is interested, or when you want to assess a cat, what do you do?
Well, I talk to the cat's family very extensively, and then I like to go to the home and look at the situation and look at the cat, because very often when we look at our cat's behavior, we interpret it through what we would do if we were in the same situation. So for instance, if the cat pees on the couch, we say the cat is being spiteful, because if I went to your house and peed on your couch, that would be a pretty spiteful thing for me to do.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, so that would be very spiteful, but so we tend to interpret a cat's behavior based on how humans behave. But when cats are peeing on the couch, they're not being spiteful. They're actually either stressed out or grossed out by the litter box, or sometimes a little bit of both. So it's important to listen to what the humans are saying, but also look at the situation and think about what the cat is saying, independent of how the humans are interpreting it.
So, but basically you need to assess the situation, the entire environment.
Yeah, and you do, because, cats, they live in your house, so that's their whole world. And they're reacting, in an extreme way to that world, because their world is so small that everything in it is really important to them. And so the environment for your cat is really, really important. If you sort of hate your furniture, you can go out, and go to a museum or go to a friend's house or whatever and get away from it. But if there's something in the house that's freaking out your cat, they can't get away from it. And so the environment is really, really important for them.
And how can you tell whether the cat is, what might be bothering the cat? What cues do they give?
Well, cats tell you everything with their body language. And so it's important to understand how to read cat body language, because they speak with their bodies, and a lot of it has to do with what they choose to approach and what they choose to step away from, where they choose to hang out, where they choose not to hang out, looking at their ears and the tension in their bodies. And you know when you pet your cat and he's all cool and relaxed and he kind of closes his eyes and chills out, and you know when he's kind of freaked out, like when the doorbell rings or something like that, and you need to look for those changes in his everyday interactions in the house, and you'll see what's relaxing him and what's kind of freaking him out a little bit.
Someone once told me that one of the differences between dogs and cats is that you can pet a dog all day and the dog will love it. If you pet a cat, it energizes the cat, and the cat needs to run or get rid of that energy. Is that accurate?
It's half accurate. Some cats will let you pet them all day, but a lot won't. And the real reason is because cats get overstimulated. So it's not that they're energized, it's that they get overstimulated. So they love to be petted, and they're loving it and loving it and loving it, and suddenly they hate it. And they can go from that loving it to hating it sometimes very, very quickly. The thing about cats, though, is they do always give you a body cue, but it's sometimes very subtle. Sometimes you'll just see a little ripple of the skin, or you'll start to see the end of the tail flick just a little bit, or you'll see the ear just twitch just a tiny bit, or sometimes it's so subtle that whiskers just come forward. And that's them telling you, I've now made the transition from loving this to hating this. And when you see that body language, you just stop. You just take your hand away, and then you don't get nailed. You don't get nailed the way they do sometimes when they've had enough petting. But if they, often they vocalize too, and people think that's kind of cute, but if they're vocalizing, stop. it means I've had enough of this, stop. Because they get overstimulated very quickly, and they have some proximity issues. So they love it, and then they hate it, and it's a quick transition.
Now, if people are interested or they have some cat behavior problems, how will they get in touch with you?
Well, I am a certified cat behavior consultant with the International Association of Animal Behavior Consultants, and my contact information is on our website. It's www.iaabc.org.
Beth, thank you very much for all you do for people and their cats.
Thank you.